Chapter 6 is about migration and intercultural adaptation. There are 3 theories that really help explain migration. There's macro level, micro level, and meso level. So the macro level emphasizes structural issues, the micro level focuses on individual attributes, and the meso level is the bridge that connects both of them together. So I'm focusing mostly on the micro level theory, and there are 3 stages in the cultural adaptation process when in a new culture that is talked about under this theory. The first is anticipation, and this is the excitement of being in a new culture. Culture shock is the discomfort and unfamiliarity of being in a new culture, and adjustment is learning to negotiate verbal and nonverbal codes in the new culture. I think for me, it's super easy to feel culture shock because being uncomfortable with things you're not used to is a super common feeling. An example of this that I thought of is when my brother went and lived in Peru for 2 years. My brother is super tall. He only spoke English at the time, and he's never really ate Peruvian food. So the people in Peru are usually really short, and they speak Spanish, and they eat different food and prepare their food in a lot different ways than we do here. So he felt a lot of culture shock there, especially when they made him kill his own guinea pig for dinner. But he ended up getting over it and thinking it was really cool. So my first discussion question is, what is an example of culture shock that you have experienced, and then how did you deal with it? When we are part of a different culture, there are many ways we can feel about it. Like, do we like it more than our own culture, or would we rather be with our own? Assimilation is when we value the host culture, or the new culture that you're living in, more than our own culture. Separation is valuing your own culture more. Marginalization is having little value for both your culture or the new culture, and integration is valuing both your culture and the new one. Culture can be many different things. It can be your religion, your country, your neighborhood, family, how you do things, etc. Throughout our lives, we'll run into cultures that are not like our own, and these 4 different feelings towards culture, assimilation, separation, marginalization, and integration, can help us understand how we are migrating into this new culture better. My second discussion question is, have you ever visited a new culture with different values, and how did it make you feel about your own culture? I have never visited another place really for a long time, especially another country that just has a completely different culture. So the only example I really thought of is when I would go to California. I feel like California's culture is definitely different than St. George, Utah. I'm used to living in an area that always usually feels safe and is generally my religion and the same values that I have. So I feel like in California, everyone is different and lives completely different lives than each other. And for me, I felt a little weird there at first, but ended up feeling more of the feeling of assimilation, where I liked this new culture more than my own